Hello and welcome to this new Doom video. I'm still playing Undesired Reality. And what you can see here, what I'm playing currently is not live, so this is a post commentary. This is because of two reasons. The first reason is, in this recording I was so freaking I want to say disturbed, but distracted by all kinds of stuff in the map, and what I wanted to talk about kind of distracted my train of thought, so I wasn't really concentrated on the map, and also I wasn't really concentrated on what I was saying currently, and that was in total like kind of really bad. So I thought, hey, let's just delete this commentary and make it new, so I can like watch what I'm playing and think about what I want to talk about. Anyway, so first off, I wanted to talk about two things that are currently going on in my real life. Holy shit, this monster, holy fuck. Did you see that? I had 170 life and he just fucking wrecked my balls. Fuck this enemy. Why did you... I don't wanna... You know, whoever created the map, I forgot your name, I'm sorry. But I'm pretty sure that you kind of changed the values and variables of these enemies. I'm not 100% sure, but... well, I don't know. This guy seems quite new. You know, there's this green guy who shoots this poison stuff, who's kind of familiar. Anyway, who cares? So yeah, two things. First off, I have a new job. Yay! And this new job is really cool because, first off, it's only a part-time job. So I have a lot of time working on my games, and yeah, it's only 4 hours a day, so it's quite cool. And also, the job pays quite well, so even if I don't have to think about selling the game. You know, what's the word? The rate in which I sell the game. Anyway, you know what I mean. I don't care about sales too much. Anyway, because you know that's one lesson I've learned in my life. You know how people say like, "Don't quit your day job." Yes, this is truth. Anyway, this was this first thing, and the second thing is quite more interesting for you guys, I think, and which is that Unloved. I'm currently working on the netcode, and which is quite awesome because the Unreal Engine. Yeah, I really have to talk about this, I guess, because you already know that the Unreal Engine has a quite good netcode. So all I have to do is tell the game which functions are handled by the server and which functions are handled locally on the client's end, which is quite awesome. But I have to, you know, get into the mindset of the networking or whatever it's called. So I have to understand how everything works and stuff. So yeah, this part of in the map, by the way. How are you supposed to know that you can down thingy the pillars here? Why am I so stupid? Anyway. Yeah, I played this a couple days ago, but yeah, I just thought that the audio was horrible because I was mumbling all kinds of shit and lost my train of thought all the time. I was confused by the map all the time. Like this, for example. Horrible. So yeah, in the future I will do this all the time, I think. I will just record my play session, and then I will just record the audio. And if it's too long, I will split it in two parts or something like that. But yeah, in general, I will not make live commentary anymore because I think it's just distracting and stupid, and I get all kinds of confused. And also in this part, well, later on, the first thing I play is like with the audio, and in the end is like where I just play the game, and holy shit, my frame rate is going. Anyway, and yeah, so you will probably see quite a difference in gameplay quality. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, Unloved is coming along very well. The thing is that I want to add the fundamental stuff first. So netcode, for example, is a very, very core element of the game, and my frame rate, keep up, you bitch. Anyway, so yeah, netcode. So I have a few questions from you guys. And the first one is from Michael651. He's asking if Unloved will have the Doom and Quake player formula, where the player has a very high speed and he has to dodge fireballs and stuff for like gameplay. And yes, this is exactly what I'm aiming for. I don't care about modern type of games. I think most of them quite play like one plays like the other, and there's really not really a a distinction in gameplay between modern titles, because I don't know, they're just too generic, I think. And to break up these generic mechanics, they basically add some kind of gimmick shit. For example, this grappling gun or a gravity gun or some shit from Half-Life. Anyway, you know what I mean. So people are like not bored out of their mind. So and yeah, I wanna, I have to do a kind of mix between the Doom gameplay and the modern type of gameplay, because as you can see in Doom, these areas where you walk around, so yeah, first off, the Doom player speed is extremely high. It's very unrealistically high, and the areas where the Doom guy runs around in are huge. Everything you see is, if you would compare this to real life, every door or hallway or anything you have is at least like 1.5 meters long and tall and 2 meters. This hallway is like, I don't know, 10 meters long, and it's just completely out of proportion to real life. And Unloved, in Unloved, I try to have a realistic setting. So I have to cut some corners and make a mix. So it's the player speed will still be very high, because the thing is that if the player speed is too high and the areas are too small, what will happen is that you will bounce from one wall to the next, and the handling of the player will be very, very hard for most people, and they will just not get into the game too much before they just quit, because they run from one wall to the next and they just bump their heads everywhere, and that's not very cool. So I have to cut some corners, and I have to, find a middle between fast speed and, having a sense of environment that fits this speed and still doesn't look too unrealistic. So I don't know, some kind of mix. And I'm not sure. I'm currently, thinking about room. How's the word? Proportions? Some stuff like that. So the player will be pretty, I don't know, in world space, the player would be a little bit too big, but in the environment of the game, it would kind of fit. I don't know. I don't know how to say this, but I'm kind of playing around with this idea. And yes, also fireballs, of course. Most enemies will have some kind of projectiles, and most of them will be like in Doom, like be fireballs, or like, I don't know, meat cleavers that they throw or something. But fireballs are kind of awesome because they look very bright, and you can see them in all kinds of environments. If I have like a enemy that shoots like, I don't know, needles or something like that, you can't actually see that too well as a player. So yeah, I don't think that's too yeah, I think I will just go with the kind of magic way, where just fireballs and stuff like that. Ooh, I found a secret. Yeah, I'm also not very sure if the audio is still in sync with the video, because the video is kind of laggy right now, because my hard drive, my hard drive fucked up, and now I had to buy a new one. And instead of going for the fastest hard drive, I was going for the safest hard drive, because I didn't want to have another hard drive to fuck my computer over. So yeah, now my hard drive is a bit slower, but I don't know, it's more reliable, is that a word? Anyway, so yeah, Doom and Quake fireballs, yes, that's what the gameplay I'm aiming for. Next question from Mortulov Atherion. I'm sorry if I butcher your names and pronunciation. I can't pronounce for shit. Anyway, question: what programming languages do I know, and if I want to test your survival game? So the first part, I actually don't know any kind of, and I'm stuck. Anyway, I don't know any kind of programming language. I have started to learn C# and JavaScript, Java, whatever, for Unity, but that's just not my cup of tea. I can't get into this, and my brain just explodes when I see a bunch of, if I see a bunch of code, like this wall of text, my brain just shuts off. My brain is just like, not with me. I don't care about this shit. And yeah, I just can't work with that. So when I saw Unreal 4, I noticed the blueprint system. And what I've read so far is that you can basically recreate everything that, or almost everything, that you can do with C++. So this is a very awesome way for me to get into this gameplay and coding and stuff. And yeah, the Epic Games release updates very frequently for the engine, and they also add new functions to the blueprints and stuff. So this is very exciting to see, and currently there are not many people who work with the Unreal 4 engine. So, well, I don't want to say how many people work with it, but what I want to say is how many people actually make tutorials for the engine. There are oh god, and now I'm back here. See? God damn, this map is confusing as shit. At least while I was playing it. Holy crap, man. God dang it. And yeah, this is the part where I think I had to go back, and then I didn't know where to go from there, and this is just confusing as shit. Maybe, next video I will just play the game on my own, and after that I will record the audio, so my brain is like in the game, and yeah, maybe I will be more focused next time and I will not have any kind of problems. Because I noticed that the most when I played the TNT map set, because I've played the TNT map set for like 10 million times, and I've never had any kind of problems which I encountered when I was playing and recording audio at the same time. So anyway, I'm kind of curious about this. So yeah, second part of the question, do I want to test your survival game? Yeah, sure, I guess. I'm not really, I used to be quite the gamer, but I don't know, I'm just not that interested. Most games don't have too much special going on for them. They're basically many games are just copy pastes from Minecraft or any kind of survival game, and I don't know. If your game, I don't want to, I don't know. I don't play too many indie games, and I don't play too many AAA games at this moment, because I don't know. I think there's just a lack of innovation in my point of view, and I don't know. I've played the good games, so why would I play any copycat games? I don't know. I don't see the reason. But yeah, sure. If you have an interesting game and you think that I could be a playtester, yeah, sure. You can write an email to me. Don't write to my YouTube post message, whatever account, because I never read it, because Google Plus is just a bitch which shoves their fat ass in your face, and you're like, no, take your ass away, it's too fat. I'm kind of, choking. Holy shit, my frame rate is choking. I don't know if you can see that in the video in the end, if this is in the recording or if this is in the video that I'm currently seeing. Horrible. See, I'm confused again. I was so lost when I played this. I was like, holy shit. Oh, and now I see like, oh, there are the doors. I don't know. You know, when you create a map and you want to make sure that players don't get lost, either have some kind of hub area where you frequently go back to. For example, a lot of maps have like one big gigantic room, and there's like all locked doors are on this room. So whenever you find a key, you know that you can go back to this giant ass room, and there is a new path open now. Yeah, you know. And you know, you have to guide a player. You can't just make a map, like add random sections and doors and floors and rooms and everything to any kind of wall that you just see. You have to, you know, have like some kind of guidance through a map to lead the player from one place to the next and not get him lost. I know that some people got confused and lost with Unloved, and I'm probably not. You know, I've tried to make it as easy and simple as possible in Unloved, because there's this one hub world where every room connects. And, you know, yeah, I know, I have, like, you had to pay attention inside the maps where the locked doors are, but if you go to any kind of, I don't want to, you know, I don't even want to talk about this too much, because I don't think many people care about this. Anyway, who cares? Next question. Nero Kitsunes asking, what other indie games are you playing? And this kind of goes hand in hand with my last answer. Okay, so currently I have played Binding of Isaac, which is really awesome. And what other games did I play? I played some kind of Mario, not Super Mario Crossover. I've played that too, but I thought, I don't know why people like this so much, because I think it's just boring. It's just the same things that I've played already as a kid, but just like with other characters. I don't know. I don't see the big, you know, you have to play the shit reason. I don't know. Maybe I'm just old and grumpy. Anyway, what other games did I play? Oh, now this part starts. This part, like, I was so, you know, I was really frustrated at this point. I was just like, God damn this shit, fucking piece of shit, fuck. And you will, pretty soon, you will just see me quit the game. And yeah, after that point, I was just so frustrated. But then I realized that I already saved over my save game 1 million times. So there were two options. The first option was like just abandon this map set and just say like, oh god, I'm just frustrated, fuck this. And the other would be like what I do right now, make an after commentary and, you know, play the footage and have new audio, which is more fitting and less I don't know. I was really out of my mind right now. As you can see, I'm just running around like an idiot talking about kinds of, I don't know how frustrated I was right now. I was just like, oh god dang it, what am I talking with? What is this shit? And then Barons, which is like the most annoying enemy in Hordes, which you can throw at players, because in my opinion this is just boring. You see, there's like this bunch of dudes who take all kinds of abuse. And what is the awesome gameplay here? You run around and like bash all kinds of rockets at them and dodge like fireballs, which is boring. I think the greatest experience in Doom is when you have a variety of enemies, of multiple enemies, or if you have like a dozen or whatever, a real big, huge pile of lesser enemies. I think Doom is the most boring if you have a gigantic room full of barons or something like that, because it's just, I don't know. See, I don't know, am I doing something exciting here in the video? I think it's just boring to watch me run around, shoot like, you know, barons with a shotgun or barons with a rocket launcher because you want to save your ammo for later enemies, and then you realize that there are no later enemies, and then you have saved your ammo for nothing, and then you're frustrated. And my video is already still, I think it's in the video that it's just kind of stops. I don't know. Who cares? Anyway, so yeah, my recommendation for Doom gameplay is have a variety of enemies. Not like 1 million barons. This is just boring in my opinion. Have like, I don't know, 5 barons and 5 mancubi and 5 spider arachnotrons. You know, that's a nice mix, and you basically have to use the same amount of ammo for the enemies, and you probably have to, you know, play for the same amount of time to kill all the enemies, but you have more variety, you have more fun, you know? You see a Mancubus die, and you see an Arachnotron die, and they kind of infight, which is also fun to watch. And now the real fun starts, because... And also this was the point where I was just thinking, what? Now is the time where you give me a backpack? When I'm almost through the entire map? Fuck this shit. I was like, fuck this shit. No, I just quit. Boom. Next video. This is now where I just play, and yeah, there was no audio recording, so you will probably see like a difference in gameplay. Anyway, but I also know that now I have only like 15 minutes left. Something like that. I don't know, the total video is like 30 minutes, I think. So, and right now I have like, I don't know, I don't want to switch on my second monitor, fuck this. Anyway, so yeah, what indies games do I play? Holy shit, I was distracted by this question. Yeah, not too many, I don't know. You know, I watch all kinds of indie games on YouTube, like millions. Almost like the most interesting games, like Slender Man and I don't know, all kinds of shooters and horror games. Like, I don't know, I watch PewDiePie a lot. I don't know, I like this guy. Maybe he has like some kind of a lot of kiddie fanboys or something like that, or fangirls, whatever. But I don't just care about this shit. I don't even post comments or anything in the you know, I just watch the videos. I feel entertained. I feel like I feel informed, I should say, about like, you know, current horror indie games and stuff. Also I look at videos from Total Biscuit, who makes all kinds of, currently he has some health issues, but in general he makes a lot of indie game videos about you know, current releases, and some of them are really good and some are really bad. So there's a good variety to look at games and see like what are they doing right and what are they doing wrong. And also, yeah, I don't think that there's a right or wrong in that sense, but you know, what is a mechanic that works in favor of the player and which is a fun mechanic, and what mechanics are like not fun and should be avoided for other projects, that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm very informed about all kinds of shit, but I don't play it. That was a long answer. Anyway, next question, and also the final question of the day. Steve McQuark. Will Unloved have callbacks to the map set? Yes. All the yes. I'm not entirely sure how, but as you have probably seen in the very first development progress video, I'm even trying to recreate the same textures and look and style of the map set. So what I will do in the next time is like take all the textures from Doom, and this is like a little comparison for you guys, just to see the difference. In Doom, most textures are like 128 by 128 or 64 by 64, and for Unloved the game, textures are at a, you know, the regular size. Some are smaller, but the normal size is 2048 by 2048. So this is quite a difference in quality, and I think, I don't know, you know, when I went into the project I had no idea how textures would look, and they just look amazing. And yeah, this is the current resolution I'm going with. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think there will be too many textures that will be smaller in size, but yeah, I think it's in the video, these lags. I think you shouldn't see these lags, but I think my audio will be kind of desynced. Anyway, but I don't think that's too important. Now I pick up a backpack. Anyway, so yeah, there will be a lot of callbacks. I will kind of go through my own map set and take screenshots of all kinds of rooms and locations and stuff. And then I will try to recreate them as good as possible in the game. And yeah, I think this is... I think this is a lot of fun to recreate something in a game engine. This is something I did for Doom. When I was making Doom maps as a kid, I recreated my own home, and I recreated my school, and I recreated like all kinds of locations that I knew. And this is like an awesome... I don't know, I think the coolest gameplay experience is when you have a realistic kind of setting for a game, but it's a completely bonkers scenario. For example, Duke Nukem 3D was one of my favoriteest games just because it played in the real world. It was like real locations, like a cinema or like a city, and I don't know, all kinds of crazy locations and buildings and a shop and a mall and everything. That was really fun to play as, because you were running through a mall with a shotgun and shooting aliens in the face. That's like, I don't know, this is like a very awesome combination of real life and a fictitious scenario, whatever. Yeah, and this is also what I want to do with Unloved. So the hub world, basically, for example, which is not really a hub world in this. You have to imagine this like it will be mostly centered around multiplayer. And what I want to do is basically two separate modes. If you play in multiplayer, there will be all kinds of craziness going on. Like there will be some kind of like a director. If you have watched the Left 4 Dead making of, the developers talked about a director who kind of notices what's going on in the game, and if there should be hordes of zombies spawning or less zombies spawning, or specials should be spawning and stuff. And kind of like that system I want to make in the game as well. But the director will also change the game, how the game is played based on how many players are there. And when you're alone, there will be like a lot more. It will be a lot more like not really survival. Oh yeah, this area kind of pissed me off as well, because why do I have see that? Why do I have to go to every shitty single pillar and press a button and go back? This is boring. See, why? Why can't I just like end? Why is this here? There's no challenge, there's nothing. I don't see the reason why this is in the gameplay. I don't know. Now I saved over my autosave, which is, in my opinion, a bug of that Doom still, but anyway. So yeah, the gameplay will be adjusting itself on how many players. I know this sounds like every game does that. But what I really want to say is that if you're playing multiplayer, it will be much more action-oriented. It will be a action game, a true Doom action gameplay. Now my frame rate is fucking up. Anyway, and if you play single player, it will be more centered on survival and more like give you quiet moments where you can just sit back and sort your inventory and craft items and stuff, and you have peace and silence, and you can plan your next action, and you have like little ammo and little health, and all is very, very sparse, and you have to like I don't know, center on that. Or maybe I will just like add different modes to the game, where I just say like this is the, I don't know, survival mode, and then there's just the action mode, so you can just play the same kind of action orientation gameplay which you would play in the online version. But you know, in the Unloved map set, I think that there's a balance between, in the beginning you have very little ammo and you have to conserve ammo, and you have very, very little health, and in the end it's just like throwing ammo at you like crazy, and there's like hordes of monsters. And this is like a balance that I want to recreate in the game, but in the game everything is created dynamically, so it's much, I don't know, it's a, you know, it's kind of tough to find the right balance between survival and action. So yeah, and this is also something you can see in the Resident Evil game franchise. For example, back in the day they had like very bad controls. I have to say that because I think the Resident Evil games control like shit. If you play Resident Evil 1 to 3 nowadays, they play like shit. Even Resident Evil 4, I've tried to play that a couple weeks or days ago or something, and it played like shit, and I had to quit because I was like, oh my god, and now I have to buy Resident Evil 5 because I think the controls are much better in this game. Anyway, but yeah, there you can, in the Resident Evil series, you can very much see the progression of gameplay, where in the beginning they were just like very, very based on survival, and you had a lot of time to plan your next actions, and you had to manage your inventory a lot more and everything. And now I have finished the map. Yay! And I was like, holy shit, this was, I don't know. It started out very good, but in the end, I just felt kind of frustrated and stuff. So, I don't know. In general, it's a very good map, I think. But you kind of seem inexperienced, I think. Maybe you should make more smaller maps to just like get a better feeling and get more feedback from people before you make gigantic maps like this. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you have more questions, please ask them in the box below, and I will see you in the next video.